How's it going, everybody? If you've never seen me before, I'm Coin Ring Maker. I make coins like these into rings, and today we're going to be making these $half into cowboy hats and these quarters into rings. I'm going to start with the cowboy hats. If that sounds cool to you, feel free to tap the screen and put little cowboy hat emojis down here. That's pretty cool. I like seeing them. And we're going to go ahead and just jump into it and get started. So the first step is to anneal the $half. That's a process we're going to do where we heat them up and then quickly cool them off in some water, which I just filled up. So I'm going to move this over here so y'all can see me quench it. There we go. If anybody has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you want to check out my store, some of the stuff I make, there is a link for that on my profile. And there's also, what's going on? Good morning. So we're making some $half cowboy hats right now. Yeah, if anybody wants to check out my shop, some of the stuff I make, there's like a little golden link down here by the chat you can tap on. That'll show you some of the pictures of some of the stuff I make. I think they're pretty good pictures. I think you all should check that out. Now this doesn't happen very often, but on this last $half, something really weird happened. I'm going to show you after I finish annealing these. I think I overdid it. These are all after 64, so these are all copper clad. So we're just annealing these coins real quick to soften them up before we start bending them into little cowboy hats. No, I think it's right to copper in 65. They didn't do any. Oh, for the $half. I don't know. I don't do a lot of $half stuff. I'm all stuck on quarters. But look at this one. We got some like gas bubbles underneath the clad layer. There's one on the back too. So this doesn't happen very often when I'm annealing. It's probably happened 2 other times. But I try to stop when I see this because I don't want the coin to blow up. But it does look pretty cool. That one's not going to be a cowboy hat. Nope. Overdid it. But these 4 should be perfect. So now we're just going to get our tooling. If I can find it. 782 likes. I bet y'all could get us to 1,000 pretty quick. I know this started off a little slow, but we're gonna make these into cowboy hats, and then after I finish that, we'll make some coin rings too. I just gotta find the jig. This one's for dimes. This one's for quarters. That one's for quarters too. There we go. So one of these wants the tail side up. So I'm going to do that one first. And what we're going to do is we're going to dome the center of this coin to make the part of the hat where you put your head. I have to be a little careful because I want to dome it as much as possible. I like getting a really good dome, but if I push too hard, I will push through the coin itself. I don't know if y'all can hear my sirens going off. It's noon on a Saturday. That's pretty good. How much is the coin you make into rings? You can see my prices by tapping on the link in my profile. Just tap my my logo up here. Tap that follow button while you're there, and then click on the website link. I make a bunch of different types of coin rings, so my prices range from $20 up to several hundred. It really depends on how nice of a ring you want to get, but it's a pretty wide range of pricing. It's only illegal if you do it with fraudulent intent. So if I was to take a penny and make it appear to look like a dime, that would be fraud, and that's against the law. So alterations with intent to deceive, that's where the crime is. You can totally make like jewelry and cowboy hats out of coins. Like if you've ever seen a penny smashing machine at a museum or a amusement park, it's very similar. The 2 rings from 1 coin, currently I only offer that for American Eagles, and it's $560. I've made 3 of them. They've always been wedding bands, and everybody who's got them has totally loved them. They're my favorite ones to make because they're the most challenging. And I think they're also pretty romantic. Like, I think it's pretty cool. If that's what you want, I totally don't mind tracking down a specific year for you. Like, we can do a little bit to customize that ring set for you. If there's like an anniversary you'd like to celebrate or like a specific year, I can probably find it for you. I have a few available, but it's really hard to keep all of them. Way too triggered. Yes, years to train this patience, let me tell you. Yeah, as long as you don't do it fraudulently, as long as you're not like trying to make a coin look like it's a more valuable coin, like an error or of a higher denomination. Like when you're committing fraud, like when you're doing stuff to deceive people to make a profit, that is against the law. And I understand how this gets easily confused with that, but I'm clearly making cowboy hats and jewelry. I'm showing you guys step by step how I do it, and you see what you're going to get. Like, there's no fraud, there's no deception here. If you order a coin ring from me, you're going to get a coin ring. So I'm very clear about what I'm doing. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. We're just making some $50 into cowboy hats for a customer. Coming along very nicely. Nice to see some friends in the chat. How's it going, guys? Everybody having a good morning? The weather has been really weird here. Like, it snowed and rained 2 days ago, and then yesterday it was like it all melted and it was beautiful. It's really strange. I don't miss that snow though. That sucked. So the next step here is folding these domed $50 into our cowboy hats. This is a jig made by the Unminted Coin Company. He makes a lot of really cool stuff. I like all his tools. I've gotten a bunch of stuff from him. You can find these on my recommended tool list on my website, coinringmaker.com. If you want to get some, that's where you find them. Are the rings comfortable? I like wearing a band with a comfort fit. I currently don't do comfort fit. It is something I've thought about tackling. I think they're comfortable. I wear my own rings. So this one still has the detail on the inside, and it's not uncomfortable at all. Like, I try to make my rings as like visually appealing and comfortable as possible. But I understand there is a difference between comfort fit and having all those details on the inside. But I just try to keep the coin, like, as much coin detail as I can on the ring. Here's our first little cowboy hat. I think my coin ring is very comfortable. Nice! Well, I'm glad you like it. Okay. Let's... Okay. Why am I bending them? To make them look like cowboy hats. No, it's not illegal. I do have a blog post about it on my website that, like, dives deeply into the text of the law. If you'd like to take about 3 minutes, go read that. The link is in my profile. There's a button right at the top for it. But basically, it's very similar legally to penny smashers you'd find at a museum or an amusement park. Nice. Somebody just got a Mercury Dime ring. Those are cute. That'll be fun. If you're in here, thank you very much for your order. And if anybody else wants to check out the store, the link is in my profile. And there's also like a gold link looking chain thing by the chat you can tap on to see some of my products. This is the TikTok special $50 cowboy hat. These are $10, just like this. So if anybody wants to get one, they are available on my website. You can get them heads up or tails up. Hey man, it is what it is. I just make what people order. I make everything to order. So somebody wanted this, so I made it for him. If you don't like it, that's fine. My stuff's not for everybody, but this is for somebody. So let's go on to something completely different. I also have to make 2 coin rings today. We've got a 1987 and a 1979. And here's my mess up $50. I overheated this one. See these dimples popping out of it? It's pretty cool. But we're going to make some coin rings. So the first step is to punch a hole right in the center of it. So we're going to put it in this guide. This is a really cool tool, specifically made for punching holes in the center of coins. This is made by Jason's Works. It's a great tool. You can do all different sizes of coins as well as different sizes of holes. When I first started making coin rings, getting a hole right in the center of a coin is like way more difficult than you think it is. So this tool is genius. I really, really like it. So we're just going to drive this punch right through our guide here. I'm going to put it on this block. That'll make it easier. That gives us our center punch. And when you order a coin ring, you have an option to get the center punch as well. I can also make these into pins that go on your hat or your shirt or keychains. You don't have to get one, but there is that option. Some people miss it, and then they're like, oh man, I would have totally wanted to get that. Fraudulently altering currency is illegal. I do have a blog post about it on my website if you'd like to learn more. It'll take you about 3 minutes to read. I have gone into it a couple times on this live, so the information's there if you want to check it out. The link is in my profile. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and punch this other one. You want yours. What did you get? There's our other center punch. If you guys haven't followed me yet, please consider giving me a follow. I see a couple people down here doing so. I sure do appreciate it. Ah, the Mercury Dime. Okay, I can do that. If I sent you, hold on. If I sent you a silver coin from 1953, can you do the same thing? I have quarters from 1953. It's a lot easier for me to work on my own coins than work on customer coins. So just go to the website, find the 90% silver, I think it's from like 1939 to 64 coin ring listing, and you should be able to order it there. I have no idea. I don't mess with nickels at all. I have no idea what that would cost. Because I want a 53 ring, because that's the year I was born. Yeah, I can totally do that. Just find the proper listing on my website. That is going to be a 90% silver quarter, but you can get one. Totally. So we've got a Mercury Dime. Got a couple years you can pick from if you'd like to. We've got 1929. What is that? 42, 23, 27, 28, 23 again, another 23. I got 3 23s. Look at that. There's 29, 40, 25, and a 25. I would pick one that's got more detail on it. How do you feel about that 23? Yeah, that sounds good. Let's see what size it needs to be. Size 5. Oh, you picked a 23. Perfect. So I just tried to order a ring from your website and it won't let me. That's bizarre. I'm not sure why it would stop you from doing that. No, sir, it's not against the law. It's against the law to fraudulently alter currency. You can make jewelry out of coins. I have a blog post about it on my website. It was co-written by a lawyer. I don't appreciate people just yelling felony at me. It is legal. I've done my research. I've been doing this for over 2 years. It's totally cool. Don't worry about it. Can you get the punch in the center? Yeah, I'll send the center punch with it for you. Can you please show a product example? This is a peace dollar. It's pretty cool. It says peace. No, you're fine. I've just explained it a bunch of times on this live already. I don't mean to come across as rude or anything. We're going to have to do a different center punch. Nice. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, we're going to do a different center punch. No, I understand. I appreciate it. We'll do, I think, a 7/16. Still get the year on there. It'll be nice, cute little band. And we'll put this punch over here. Hello. No, he was saying that I was rude. Sometimes I have to be rude. Do I have any gold coins? Not yet. It is on my bucket list to try one this year. I do work on 90% silver and fine silver as well as copper clad. This coin right here is 90% silver. Y'all give a brother a follow. We got 1,000 people in here. It'd be super great if I got, 5 followers. That'd be cool. A shout out for your cousin, Jenna Tolles. Shout out to Jenna Tolles. There is our center punch. There is our Mercury Dime with a punch straight through it. This always reminds me of like a magic trick. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys. These Mercury Dime rings are very difficult. These are very hard to make. So we'll take a look at it. Be gentle. Oh yeah. We're going to clean up that cut edge a little bit. Probably breaks easy. Yes, it will stretch uneven, so you'll get like thin spots in the band, or it'll just completely snap all the way through. This metal is old. It is thin and we're just jerking it around and reshaping it. So I'm going to try and be really careful with it. They're also hard to hold because they're tiny. And unlike like a thicker coin, there's not a whole lot of grace between properly annealing this and over annealing it. So you got to be real quick with it, or else you'll start getting like deformation in the metal. You can just overheat it really quick. So we're just gonna pop it under here, heat it up for just a second. Bro, I don't want to have to boot you, but if you don't quit, I'm gonna kick you out. Like, I never kick anybody out, but you're being a bit obnoxious. If you don't want to be here and act like an adult, you can go watch something else. Have a nice day, sir. All right. Bye. I never have to ban anybody. That's a shame. A crying shame, guys. What kind of stuff do I make? You can see most of my stuff by tapping on the link on my profile. It's a lot easier to like show you the range of what I do on there than like what I have on hand, because most of what I do is made to order. Hello. There's our coin so far. We are making this 1923 Mercury Dime into a ring. It was someone who wanted attention, and they got a little bit of it. I really didn't want to give them any attention. No, it's not illegal. It's very similar to penny smashers at museums. We're just giving it a slight fold in this doming block with a ball bearing. Yeah, I can do 1975 quarters don't exist. Oh, you joking. Gonna make a center punch into a necklace. I don't currently make necklaces. I can make it into like a pin you can put on your hat or your shirt, or a keychain. Or you can just get it by itself and you can make it into a necklace. I just don't have, honestly, the want to have a bunch of necklace chains around my office. So I just haven't gotten into necklaces. I like making rings. But that could be a little artsy project for you. Get your center punch and punch a hole in it and make a necklace yourself, you know? But currently, that's not something I'm doing. Where do I get the tools? I have a recommended tool list on my website, coinringmaker.com. You can get there by tapping my logo and the link on my profile. There'll be a button that says recommended tool list. No, I haven't made any of those. Where's the link I looked on your profile? It's the website link. It says coinringmaker.com. It's the same as my username. And no, 75 quarters do not exist. Hello. Thanks for subbing. I have an old coin, but I don't know what kind it is. I don't know. Me either. Thank you, guys. All right, this is the super tricky part. So right now we've got a nice little cone shape, and what we need to do is stretch this out so it's more even and closer to the desired ring size. Luckily, I have a ring stretcher I can do that on. My first ring stretcher was way too thick at the top here, and I couldn't fit smaller stuff on it like this. This is going to be a size 5, but this one, I can gracefully slide it on there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pull it a couple times and go real slow and careful with it. Give you a little look. It softens the metal and it makes it less likely to snap as we're working on it, as we're stretching it here. So we're actually going to heat it up a little bit again. So as we stretch it, it work hardens. So kind of go back and forth. And since the band is so thin, it doesn't take a lot of heating to anneal. Now we're going to get my secret weapon here. This Blue Shop paper towel. This is also going to reduce the chance of it snapping as we're stretching it, because we don't have that metal on metal contact anymore. We got a nice little buffer there. This is what I found to work the best. You can usually find this in automotive sections. It works very well. One thing I haven't done with this ring is sand this cut edge. I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. This is a Pepe Tools ring stretcher. That is correct. You don't have to go glowing to anneal. No, not with silver. What I usually look for is a change in the flame color. So when we start it, it's kind of this bluish clear. And if you get a little yellow feedback, it's hot enough right there. With a quarter, I could show you it takes a little longer. But I just wait for the flame to turn kind of yellow or orange. So that should be good. Just stretch out a bit more. And these rings make me so nervous, man, because it's just like one extra. They just break. They break very easily. I'll flip it over. Stretch it out the other way. Yeah, Pepe makes great tools, but they're not very beginner friendly. They're an investment, I would say. So, get you a Chinese ring stretcher. Get you like one of these $100, $120 ones. Play with that until you need something like this. I wouldn't recommend starting with something like this. And even then, I got it secondhand. So, I didn't even pay full price for it. That's what I do with a lot of my coin rings tools, is I buy them from people who quit. If you make one too big, can you make it smaller pretty easy? Yeah, I can change sizes quite easily. Yes. Well, you actually go a little over your desired ring size. Because if you look at the shape of this right now, this side is a little wider out than this side. So I want to stretch this just past a 5. We'll probably go to about a 5.5, and then reduce this wider edge so that it's a nice straight wall. How much do the ring stretchers cost? This one's like $600-700. And the blue one over there was $100. But I mean, if you're paying for quality, if it's going to be something you're using all the time, or you need to work on smaller rings like pennies and dimes like this. And the die that comes with it is much better than the Chinese one. I don't use the Chinese die, like, really ever. Yeah, I like the little lip. So, like, on a ring like this, I'll leave that little lip on there to kind of grab onto this part of your finger. I think it looks nice, but on larger ones like $50 or dollars, American Eagles, definitely I'll cut that lip off because it's very uncomfortable. It gets to be quite sharp. How do you go smaller? So this is a reduction die. It starts out wider at the top and then goes down at a 17-degree angle. And what we'll do when we get to the right size is put this in here and apply pressure to the top, and that's going to push the ring smaller. I'll show you in a second. I mostly work on coins. When my wife's jewelry breaks, she gives it to me and she says, "Can you fix this?" But other than that, I just work on coins. It's just kind of my wheelhouse. That's what I started with, but there's a wide range of stuff I do. So it's never boring. So we got it at about a little 3 1/4. So I'll heat it up again and keep stretching it. And pray that it doesn't snap. How long until you see your profit after? So my initial expenses, I spent about $250 on tools. Super basic caveman stuff. For the next 4 months, I put all my profit back into buying better tools. So the more you put into tools, the easier it gets. The process becomes simpler, but you still have to know what you're doing. So I would say about full on a year before I was like able to fully pay myself. But I was able to upgrade my shop very nicely. I guess it really depends on how many customers you get, like what you're charging, how nice your rings are. Like when I first started, I sold quarter rings for like $4 a piece because I was just trying to practice. But as I got better and better, I increased my prices and was able to take a little profit, start paying myself. And now this has become basically like a second job. Like I make as much doing this as I do at my other job, which is pretty cool. With thanks to like TikTok and cool people like you for supporting my small business. I guess it started as a side hustle. Now it's a registered business. Like I have to pay taxes, so it's a whole new ball game. Do I do commission work? If there's something specific you'd like me to work on, there's a button on my profile that says get a quote. Just go on there, give me as much information as you can. Tell me about either like the coin you want me to work on, what it's made of, what year it is, and what ring size you need, or really what you're trying to do. Thank you very much. And I can get back to you if you'd like to do that. How do you stretch rings bigger than your stretcher capability? One trick you can do is you can take a reduction die and pretend this is a ring, right? You can put that on top here. You want to make sure the hole in the reduction die is smaller than the edge of your ring. And you take your 17-degree die and you put that on the side of the ring you want to stretch out. And you can actually make rings bigger just doing this right here. That's what I used to do before I had this for smaller rings. And y'all feel free to check out the shop. The website is linked in my profile, and there's a little gold chain somewhere down here you can tap on to see my products. Ordering from TikTok helps me, you know, be able to make cool content for you guys on here all the time. So please consider checking that out. As you can see, these these dime rings take a lot of time and a lot of patience. You have to work real slow with it. And we got it up to a size 4, so we're getting there. Yeah, it's not illegal. Thank you. I don't know why I took this off of here. I also work with rounds, which are like non-currency coins. But that's about it right now, is coins and rounds. Oh yeah, all the time. To the point where I wrote a blog post about it with a lawyer, so I could just be like, go to my website, educate yourself, take you 3 minutes. I've probably been asked over 1,000 times if what I do is illegal. You should make some small signs. The problem is I have terrible handwriting. Like, I could easily print something off, but my desk is a mess. I just lose them. But I mean, a little cute sign that says it's not illegal, they would still TikTok lawyer me. Some people, you really got to hold their hands for them to figure it out. Some people just don't like being wrong. Don't I need to heat it? I've heated it quite a few times. And we're getting really close to 5.5. See, we're just past 5.25, so almost where I want it. 1 or 2 more pulls, and we should be there. Yeah, no problem. So here's how it's coming along so far. I know it looks a little grimy. That's the fire scale on there. We'll knock that off once we get it to the right size. As we're sizing it, we want to take baby steps, right? You want to go really slow, because we don't want to have to go back to the ring stretcher and do that all over again. So first we're going to make sure this is fitting nicely into our die. Unfortunately, it's right on the edge of both of them. We're going to have to use this. Is there a better technique to stretch them on the stretcher? I wish I knew you. Really just blue shop paper towel has made a huge difference for me. It helps keep the detail on the inside, and it reduces the chances of your ring snapping. You can find that like in the automotive parts section of like Walmart. Do the rings retain much of the detail after forming? Yeah. So I've worn this ring for several weeks, and you can still see the stars on the flag. Now, it is a little dirty. You can get like a silver polishing cloth and polish it up every day to keep it nice and shiny. But yeah, you keep detail on there really nicely. And copper's even stronger, like 90% silver. Okay, so fine silver is the softest. Then there's 90% silver. Then there's copper clad. but they all keep detail pretty well. But fine silver is definitely softer than 90% silver, so it will last longer. Making little bitty changes. Cool. A little past size 5. Now we got a nice straight wall. There's our 1923 date. And now we're gonna clean off this fire scale. Where do I find my dies at? Mostly on Etsy. Legacy brand tools and Jason's Works are the two I recommend. Legacy brand tools is a little cheaper than Jason's, but they're both quality tools. I own tools from both of them. Sure. I keep over and undershooting this size 5. I gotta go back and forth. Sorry guys. I want to make sure it's absolutely the correct size. That's very close. Perfect. So there's our size 5. Let's clean it up. If you guys haven't followed me yet, please consider giving me a follow. It's super simple. All you got to do is tap my logo up here and then tap the plus sign on my profile or whatever, however that works, something like that. Give it a shot, give it a go. Now this is my favorite part, is bringing the shine back to the silver. I bought a matching set and then used them as wedding bands. Yes, I've sold 3 matching wedding band sets. They're actually pretty cool. They're made from 1 American Eagle fine silver coin. So I make both rings from the same coin. I think it's pretty cool and symbolic and kind of romantic. And everybody that gets them really likes them. I think it's really cool. The wedding band set is $560. Well, thank you, Phoebe. It was my pleasure to make them. Like they're really my favorite things to make because they're challenging, and I know that the people that get them are going to wear them for, a long time. So I really want to make sure they come out very nicely. A lot of pressure, high payoff. Great looking little Merc. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for watching. Now we're going to get a little polishing cloth here. Well, thank you for your order. It was my pleasure to make it for you. If anybody else wants to get something like this, check out coinringmaker.com. And you guys have been real nice and polite today, so I'm going to give you a little more push to get something on my website. You can use the coupon code WELCOME to save 10% on anything you order. There's coin rings from $20 up to $560. I sure would appreciate it if you just take a minute to go check out the website. And again, that coupon code is WELCOME. Just use the word WELCOME at checkout to save 10% off. Works store-wide. It's pretty good deal. There we go. Look at that. Lovely little dime ring. Well, guys, I do have to hop off of here. This was a lot of fun. If you want to see more of this in the future, give me a follow. I make coin rings on TikTok Live all the time. And, have a great day. We'll see you later. Bye.